Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Spooked Coast to Coast. Guys, I hope you are all out there
Hello.
safe inside of your homes. If it's super cold, we're even experiencing it too down here in Miami, Florida. The most southern point in the U.S. is, believe it or not,
We're wearing this for show. This is BS. No
be-
play.
believe it or not. I could not believe this, and I didn't even want to tell you. I wanted to see your face live when I said it to you guys. It is actually colder here than it is in Alaska. Yeah. So right now, the temperature in Alaska is 39, and we are 35 degrees.
No,
Nuts, right?
I don't think we're 35 degrees.
I mean,
maybe
Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida. That is nuts.
Maybe in the morning I heard it was cold as heck. Like if I had to go to work this morning, I normally go into work at 4 a.m. So if I would have been to work this morning, yes, I would have been hitting that 32 degrees.
So I want to shout out everybody. Thank you for being on with us. Appreciate it. So we have Ashley. Michael had to go to work, but Ashley's here representing for Limestone.
Oh, Ashley also Limestone just dropped a video today. If you didn't miss it, please go check it out. Limestone Spirit Chasers, very good. And I took my notes in the chat in the comments section.
And Yvette and Sierra threw out an episode yesterday as well, so you can check them out. Haunting Angels. We have a good friend, Joe, threw out an episode for Ingredients of 𝑯𝒊𝒔𝒕. That was part 2 of the 𝑘𝒂𝒔 series that he's doing. Part 3 is going to be out very soon, so stay tuned to that. And also, if you can, wish him a happy birthday. Today's his birthday. He's having a good old time visiting the mouse in Orlando.
Todd is eating frozen iguanas.
Frozen iguanas?
Have heaters here? But I mean, built-in heaters in the house, but we don't turn that shit on. No. One, it stinks and it warms up the house so much it's too stuffy. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. It smells really bad, like when you first put it on. As far as like here.
No, I'm good. Just maybe use one of those like portable heaters if you want to. It's okay. It's 32 here with first this morning, but no real snuff for us.
Shout out to Ashley. Like I was saying, James, shout out to you, my friend. I know, you were in Orlando and it was colder. Yeah, man.
And what the heck were you doing in Orlando, James? Tell me. I want to know.
Was he visiting the mouse?
Yeah, I'm nosy. Could be. I'm a nosy Nancy.
David, down the rabbit hole. What's up, buddy? Thank you for being on.
Hey, Chris. All right, guys. So Joy's not here, but I will let her. She has family issues or stuff going on. I don't know. I want to say issues, but she's dealing with a lot right now. So just send your positive thoughts to
Baby's
Joy.
okay.
Baby's okay. Baby's okay. Yeah. Baby's good. It's just too much at once. So hopefully we'll see her back next week. Okay. And she was in the chat. Well, I don't know. I think she might be in the chat. I'm not sure. Because I don't know if she went back to baby duties.
So Joy, don't worry, guys. We'll be holding down the fort, and whenever you guys get back, we'll be happy to hang out with you guys soon, Yes. Much love and positivity going to you guys from us. So
all right,
babe, why don't you tell the good folks about our guests that we have coming on today with us?
Yes. So today we have Miss Carrie Hopper. She is a paranormal investigator and evidential medium who has been actively investigating the paranormal since 2019. That's kind of like when we started on the team. But we're not on a team anymore.
We're our own team. Real 5 Paranormal.
Oh, Lord. She worked at renowned locations including Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, Yuma Territorial Prison. Well, I want to know about Yuma. And Albans Sanitarium, which a lot of people here in the chat have been to, as well as numerous private residential cases. She uses her intuitive abilities exclusively during investigations and is frequently brought in by other teams to assist in evidence review, case analysis, and debunking unexplained phenomena. she's co-founder and co-host of the History of a Haunting podcast with her friend Laura Ockerman. Oh my God, I do not want to butcher that. Ockerman. And co-host of the bi-weekly show. It's also live on YouTube. I will get the YouTube channel for that. It's Well, That Was Weird, and it's a very good show. Please go check it out. It's funny. It's her and her best friend, I think. Erin? No. Yes. Erin Bush. And Erin is the one I learned that does the Reiki for the products that she sells. So Carrie is founder and creative force behind This Little Light of Mine skincare. I'm gonna bring this up. A Reiki and crystal infused bath and body brand created to elevate both skin and spirit. And I have some other items like a dummy. I left them upstairs. I will go upstairs and get them. But meanwhile, this is Carrie.
Hi, guys. Hi. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm super excited. Yay.
Yes.
You don't have to go and get them. That's okay. You don't have to
I do want to get them. Do you have some with you you have some by you?
No. No, surprisingly.
I'm going to go get them. It's okay.
I usually have some on my desk. Oh, wait, I'm lying. I have one of our crystal air fresheners.
Ooh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have one of those. That's it, though. I have some bottles of liminal that I haven't finished yet. Like, I have to wrap them. So I do have some bottles of liminal.
I have that.
I love this. And I didn't realize how powerful mugwort was until recently. And so I'm like, well, I got to make something with that. Yeah.
So Carrie, tell
us.
Hi,
guys. Wow. Hi, everyone.
Everybody's saying hi to you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you guys all for being here. And thank you, Carrie, for joining us and spending your evening with us.
Happy to. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
So let's start first with, I wanted to start first with the This Little Light of Mine skincare. Also, guys, get 15% off your first order using code SPOOKED15, and the website's right there on the ticker. I bought like a box of stuff. When that was this? It was before Christmas because I have one of the oils and I gave it to his mom as a Christmas gift.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and yeah. Even with the 15% off, I don't even know. Like the prices are amazing, so it's very, very affordable. Like,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's one of my main goals with the shop is to make it accessible, affordable. I don't think that luxury skincare has to come with that luxury price tag, so nothing is over $20. Shipping is free on orders $30 and more. Like we always want to find ways to make really good skincare affordable for folks because I can't afford half the stuff I need and want. So I'm like, well, screw it. I'll make it myself.
Yeah. And you do a good job.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You do a good job. You know what? I kind of want to, I'm dying to run upstairs and get some stuff.
Do it.
I'm going to do that. Just hold on for a second.
Let's do it. I actually have a question for David from Down the Rabbit Hole.
Oh, David.
Is that like a podcast or is it like a blog or because the reason I'm asking is because I'm a huge fan of And That's Why We Drink's podcast. Yeah. And I've been listening to him for years. So I DoorDash. And so I started listening to them again from the beginning. And I'm about in the 140 episode area. And one of them, I don't know who it was. One of them mentioned, and I couldn't remember if it was a podcast or if it was like a blog or something. They cited Down the Rabbit Hole as a source for the topic. And I can't remember what the topic was. They cited Down the Rabbit Hole. And so I was like, when I saw that and you said it, I was like, whoa, get out. Like, wow. Okay.
It should be our very own David. He's awesome, and he has a bunch of podcasts and shows and
oh my
whatnot.
God.
Okay, then it had to have been M because she tells the paranormal stories, and she cited Down the Rabbit Hole as a source.
Oh no, that's really him.
Yeah, that is so cool. Wow, that's great. Okay, hi, good to meet you.
Down the rabbit hole on a bunch of subjects, literally. Not just paranormal. I've seen him go down the rabbit hole on cryptids as well.
I love a good cryptid.
He talks about. He even has shows on movies. He has shows on.
Oh, that's so cool.
With a good friend Kevin. You know, he's all over the place, and he's awesome.
That is really cool, and that's what they said. That's what M said. They like I could spend all this time and go down all the rabbit holes down the rabbit hole. And I was like, well, all right,
I'm there for real.
Yeah. So
he said I'd be busy.
100,000 followers. Wow. Damn.
Daddy like you. Shout out to David. That's his favorite line.
Wow, that's really great. Yeah. So that's so wild though, because I just listened to that episode like the other day. And so it's good to meet you.
Awesome. David, bring her on your show. Let's go.
There you go, David.
For real. So okay, so I got
allow Jenny to Vanna White your
product. Thank you. Here we go. Vanna Whiting.
So we have Energy Doesn't Lie. We're gonna start off with this. We're already going with the skincare. Screw this. Energy Doesn't Lie body butter stick. I wear this for work. Okay.
It's so good.
It's so good. That one. And this is for I'm gonna tell you what it says here. It's obsidian crystal with a dash of Reiki, and it like get rid of the negative
vibes. Protection one, especially with the obsidian, we infuse all of the oils and stuff in those body butter sticks with different crystals. Energy Doesn't Lie. It's so good to meet you. That one is for protection. So we infuse it with obsidian crystal, and then also Erin then loads it with Reiki for that kind of just keep the negative energy away. And there's so much of it anymore that I was like, we need a collection that just protects people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got this one is the soul chakra.
Oh, I love that one too.
These goes on so smooth. Like very what am I looking for? Moisturizing, I guess I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, very hydrating.
And this one is designed to boost your clarity and intuition.
Yep.
Warm vanilla peaches. This one's good. I think you have this on an oil, right?
I do. Yeah. The Soul Chakra is a whole collection. So we've got sugar scrubs, foot soaks, the body butter sticks. We have magnesium sprays. We've got, so Soul Chakra comes in a lot of different things.
Now, this has been my favorite. I shine everywhere with this crap. I don't care. Because somebody in my job was like, you have like glitter in your face. I'm like, yeah, I know. So not today, sis.
Yes, I love those so much.
So what I do with this is after I take a shower, like at night, I have some oil, not oil. I have some cream, and then I put some of this.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So this one is it's mixed with aventurine crystal and supercharge your energy, ignite your imagination, and ground your spirit. So I like the whole like grounding.
Yeah.
After a good, nice shower.
Yeah, we try to have like a line for every kind of spiritual need or emotional need. So Not Today Sis is geared toward confidence and abundance and things like that. We've got our Living My Best Zen line, which is lavender and amethyst and infused with Reiki for calm and tranquility and peace and serenity and all of those things that we all need at some point during the day or like in times in our life. So we have 8 core lines that we sell. So
I also got this. Everybody needs this in this damn chat. Okay.
I love that one.
If you're investigating, you want this.
Yes. Yeah, that one is really good. That one is, I smoke all the bottles before I fill them with Palo Santo. And then I have in there a little amethyst crystal and then a little like river rock to kind of like anchor the amethyst. And then it's distilled water, frankincense, lavender, and holy water. So it's a very, very powerful protection.
I love this. Yes, this is excellent. And last but not least, there's something else. I had the luminol oil upstairs. I just couldn't grab it. And then, but not only is your packaging amazing. Oh, and then the one I got from my mother-in-law, it was like this, but it was the pink one.
Oh yeah, I love machine. Yeah.
Yes. You sent me this as a gift, and thank you so much because I'm using it now. So these are lip scrubs.
Yes.
Oh, I love these.
Yeah, and they're like unconventional lip scrubs. Yes, they are. There's a ton in there. Those will last you for a long time. But they're kind of unconventional simply because they're made with a shea butter base. So they're hard in the jar, but once you put your finger in, the warmth of your finger melts it. And then the moisturizers that are in it moisturize your lips better. Some lip scrubs tend to like strip your lips of moisture. They're soft as hell, but they're also super dry now. So I wanted to make sure that I made something that was just gonna really infuse your lips with a ton of moisture once the scrubbing part was done. So
no, it's great because especially now with the cold weather, chapped lips, and especially people getting sick, like that's one of my first signs that I get if I'm like not, or I'm gonna come down with something, my lips get like super chapped.
Yeah.
And so I use that, and it's great. And then I put some moisturizer cream on it. So you said, so on the packaging themselves, it says they're infused with Reiki. So can you explain first what is Reiki, and then how does one infuse it into the items, into the products?
Sure. So Reiki is it's an old Japanese technique. It was created eons ago. And the main idea behind Reiki is that energy is everywhere, right? Every single thing has energy, and you can't change or destroy energy, or you can't get rid of energy. Like you can't destroy energy. It just changes form. So the idea behind Reiki is that you can channel that energy through somebody who has learned how to do that. Like Erin, she's a Reiki master. There's different levels of Reiki practitioners, and Erin is a master. So essentially they act as kind of a conduit, really. And they call in different energy for whatever it is that might be ailing a person. Most Reiki is done on individuals. So if you're like overly stressed, or you have anxiety, or you, a lot of us carry stress in our body in some points. I carry stress in my neck. Like I'm always tense, and, some people carry it in their torso. Some people carry it in their hips. And so it can affect how you physically feel. So Reiki practitioners channel healing energy, and they transmute it, and they put it into the person's body to heal whatever it is that they've come to the practitioner for. You can also infuse objects with Reiki. So you'll see that there's a lot of, if you go to some of these conventions, these paranormal conventions that I love to go to, you'll see that there are Reiki infused candles. And when you light that candle and you burn it, that's just additional energy that is being put into your home because it's been infused with Reiki energy. So Erin and I were talking a couple of years ago, and I was like, I need a lotion. I need to make myself a lotion. I'm like, can you infuse the lotion with Reiki? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. So then that's kind of how this little light of mine skincare was born. I was like, can you infuse anything like with specific intention? Because we talk about intention a lot on our show. Well, that was weird. And I talk about it a lot with regard to the shop, because intention is so important in anything you do in your life. You don't have to believe in Reiki. You don't have to believe in the power of crystal. You don't have to believe in any of that. But if you have your intention is core to who you are. And so as long we wanted these lines to have specific intentions, and we wanted to infuse them with Reiki to bolster those intentions. So that's kind of a real brief explanation of Reiki. I hope it made sense. Does anybody have questions?
To me, I've had, I want him. Okay, so my first ever Reiki session, which I've had another one after that, but my first one was Holy Fire Reiki. And holy crap, that was like,
yeah,
up there.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing.
Huh?
Yeah, it's so amazing.
Yeah, it is crazy. I would love for him to get a session like that.
What is the and I'm sorry to kind of like interject.
No.
Different forms of I guess Reiki, being that someone that doesn't really know much. What are the different forms?
A lot of people, most people will go to a practitioner that maybe like have their own like brick and mortar like business. Or, you know, some Reiki healers will go to your house. They'll have you come to yours, whatever. A lot of it is done person to person. But they found, and a lot of people found during COVID, you didn't need to be in the same proximity of the person to actually do Reiki on them. So there's now distance Reiki is a big thing now. And so Erin, when she had her business, she would do distance Reiki on people. And that when I met her, she gave Laura and I a free Reiki session. And Laura lives in Phoenix. I'm over here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And Erin was living down in St. Augustine, Florida. And we were like, all right, well, let's see how it goes. And so it was just like a Zoom call.
Yeah.
And it was still just as powerful because, again, you don't have to be like right with the person or with the object or with whatever, because it's energy and you can send energy anywhere. She could send energy to, you know, somebody in outer Mongolia if they wanted her to, you know, so yeah.
So you can do, that was one of my questions. Can you do it remotely? And the reason why I wanted to ask that is because somebody asked me that. I know you can, but it just, I would like for other people who don't know, you know, to learn more about it.
Absolutely. And quite honestly, a lot of people are more comfortable with that. You know, not everybody wants to go and like lay down on a couch and have somebody hover their hands over them. Like, I get it. So, you know, that my son would think that would be like the worst hell on earth. Like, he's just like, I don't want anybody to be that close to me. So it really, a lot of people who maybe didn't entertain the idea of getting Reiki really started to become more interested in doing it because it could be done over distance. So, yeah.
I don't think I've ever done actually, no, that's not true. I have. I want to say I would if I did like in a group session, like a group thing, but I would rather maybe do like a one-on-one online. But the ones I've done is just always in person.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can really feel the energy move in your body, at least when that happened to me. And it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. To answer David's question, it is a like it's still an appointment with that person. So what a lot of them do, they'll have Zoom calls. So it'll be kind of just like this. And the Reiki practitioner is like having that interaction with them through a video call. Specifically, when I have Erin infuse my products with Reiki, I will send her photographs of the products. And then she will just do it through that way. As long as they know specifically what and who they're sending that energy to, it never misses. Never once.
Yeah. And again, intention. Yeah. So.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
I have a question. This is for somebody who we were talking about it like a week ago. So how would Reiki work, or can it work for paranormal investigating?
Oh, that's a really, really good question. I don't know. I'm actually going to have to ask Erin this one. Reiki is usually done for like a healing energy, or if you're just like, you're kind of having, you know, you're kind of down in the dumps, or you kind of, you know, you've lost faith, or you've lost whatever, is typically geared for that. I've never been on an investigation where anybody has used Reiki. I don't see why that it couldn't be done, simply because if a spirit like wanted like somebody to help them in whatever way, maybe not like, obviously Reiki doesn't, like, I don't think Reiki would work in like crossing a spirit over, but you know, if they were like, I'm just really sad about, you know, whatever, I don't see why it couldn't work. Could, I would imagine in theory, give that same energy to a spirit, but I've never been on an investigation where it's been used. And I don't know anyone that's been on an investigation when it's been used. But that is an absolutely excellent question, and I will find out the answer.
How about for maybe not for the spirit, but maybe the people, say it was a residential. Yeah. Maybe for the people at the house, could they use it, like, yeah, or the actual investigator to like maybe like cleanse from negative energy and stuff like that?
Yes, that can definitely be done. Certainly on the team, especially if it's a more, I don't want to say dangerous, but a location that maybe has a darker location that maybe has some super crappy spirits in it, like St. Albans. Yeah, that can definitely be done, as long as the person gives their express permission to practitioner. Definitely. They can't just go around like sending Reiki to like anybody willy-nilly. Like, you have to have the person's express permission to do it. But
you get a Reiki, you get a Reiki, you get a Reiki.
Right, yeah, just like walk around and just shooting people with random energy.
Like Oprah over here. Would you say like adding that energy to the products, is it like, I like crystals, I have crystals everywhere, like, is that the same thing, like programming crystals? Would that be like the same
kind of? Yeah, kind of. The way that we do it is I cleanse and all of the crystals that I use in my products, and I charge them for whatever line they're going to be used in. Some of our products do come topped with a crystal, so that's part of it. And the crystals and the Reiki kind of go hand in hand with each other in that regard. So Erin and I sit down, especially when I'm coming out with a new collection or like a holiday collection, or, you know, the new So You facial skincare collection. Like, Erin and I sit down and we're like, okay, this is the product. This is the intention. What kind of Reiki energy do you, and I always ask her, like, she decides based on like what I want the product to do. Like Zen, I want it to be calm and tranquil. That's the energy I want it to have.
Yeah.
You know, Love Machine, I want it to be about loving yourself and loving your relationships and having stronger connections with people. And so it's just sort of in that vein. And so crystals, she uses a lot of crystals, Erin does, in her Reiki sessions, not just with my products, but with her clients as well. So they really go hand in hand, and the crystals just bolster the power of the Reiki, I think. Yeah.
What, I don't know if this was backstage or front stage, but let's start again. What made you create your line, which smells amazing?
Thank you so much. I have lupus, and I have what's called a lupus rash. So it's like a redness on my chest, like the tops of my legs. I have what's called a butterfly rash on my face right here. And I have tried every kind of moisturizer, every kind of lotion, every kind of everything to kind of calm that irritation and inflammation in my skin down. And I've spent a lot of money doing it, because I think people have that idea that if it costs more, it must work.
Yeah.
None of it ever worked. And so I was like, well, okay, let me look into like actual ingredients that would help this kind of inflammation. And I found shea butter, mango butter. Like I found all this stuff in there, and like make a body butter that will take care of it, or something lighter for your face. And so I made it for myself. I had Erin blast it with Reiki. I threw a clear quartz on it and was like, let's hedge the bets. And it took away, in my case, it took away the butterfly rash, the redness on my chest, on my tops of my legs. It took all that away. I'm not saying that my products will do that for everybody, but in my case, it did. I will caveat that with, if I stop using it, it comes back. But yeah, and yes, it is. It is very irritating because it looks like a constant sunburn all the time. And so that's why I started making it. And then I was like, you know what? I love sugar scrubs. I want to make a sugar scrub. Okay. And then I was like, you know what I really love? I love bath bombs. I'm going to make bath bombs. And I learned how to make geode bath bombs that look like geodes. I love them so much. They weren't a big seller. Bath bombs are kind of going away. So I don't have those anymore. But everything in my shop at one point is something that I personally needed or wanted.
Yeah.
So we've got, the magnesium spray. I started using, I was like, how does that work? I have neuropathy because of the lupus in my feet. So I read, magnesium spray will help with that. And I thought, okay, how much is it? Well, it's expensive. A lot of these places charge a lot for it. So I'm like, well, how do you make it? All right. So I made it and I started using it and it worked.
That's awesome.
It really helps, especially at night when I'm relaxing and, my body is like, all right, we're chilling out, but now we can really focus on the fact that you've been on your feet all day, and they hate that. So it really did help. So I was like, all right, now I sell that. It's just been kind of this natural organic evolution to where the shop is today. Going to a lot of vendor shows, a lot of paranormal conventions, which is my very, very favorite. I was going to paranormal conventions before I even had a shop though. So just kind of like getting the word out there organically. And, I don't do a whole lot of like advertising. I'm going to be in 2026. I have a lot of different collections coming out this year that I really want to promote and get out there. But otherwise, that's how it began, is just a simple need that I couldn't find on the market. So I made it.
I have a sneak peek of one here. I can't.
She does. Yes. She is one of my testers for the So You collection. That's so reset. Yeah.
Love this. That smells, I don't know what the hell is in there, but it smells so good. So
it's creamy coconut. It's very little creamy coconut fragrance.
It's something else. It's like,
it's my favorite. My friend Erin, who is also a tester in your group, I made it for her and my friend Donna, largely because Erin is a breakbeat DJ. So she goes to a lot of like clubs and raves and stuff like that. So she wears like the makeup paint, she wears the glitter, she wears a full beat every time. And I'm like, I do too, especially when I'm on a show like this one. And I'm like, I really want a cleanser that is going to take the makeup off and not leave my skin dry. So I started researching, how can I make that? What are the ingredients? So I was like, all right. And then I also made it for my friend Donna, who rides motorcycles. She lives in Lake Charles. And so she rides motorcycles a lot. So she's like, I get so much dirt and grime and exhaust on my face. And I was like, all right. So I researched that and I was like, let's see if it takes care of that. So far, so good. You guys are loving this product.
Yeah.
And it is one of my favorites too.
I had, I've never had a makeup balm. Like it's a remover, right? Balm.
Yeah.
First time I ever had one, because I used to subscribe, this is like years ago, to 𝒐𝒏𝒕, I think it was.
Oh my God. Me too. I did too. I love 𝒐𝒏𝒕.
Yeah. So I had one of them and it was like a little tiny thing. And that thing lasted me like.
You don't need a lot.
No, you do not need a lot. And I love that. And so that was my travel thing. Because I was like, it was perfect for traveling. And then when I makeup and everything, and that worked really well. So I saw this and I was like, yes, this is great, because I don't have that anymore. And I never buy. But this I will have.
You will always have it. Yeah, you will always have it. That's going to be a core product.
I'll come back to it. When I run out, I'm coming back for it.
You know, it was sketchy for me at the time to go into facial skincare, because that's a very specific type of customer. People are very loyal to their facial skincare brands, to their products. I don't know. I'm a small business. I make everything in my kitchen. And I'm like, well, I needed a moisturizer. I needed one that was going to make my face soft, that was going to help with the butterfly rash. And so I was like, well, I'm going to make a facial moisturizer. And then I'm like, but I think I'm going to ask my friends if they will test it and see what they think. And then I started talking to another one of my friends, and Laura, my co-host with History of Haunting, she's like, oh, you should make an eye serum. And I was like, okay. And then I ran out of my makeup melting balm, and I was like, well, I'll just make my own. And it started with just 3 products, and now I have 8 coming out.
Yeah. So
I have over 40 testers that I'm working with now. I'm like, how did I get to anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So it started out with 5 testers, has now grown to 40. And like, I'm telling you guys, I don't know. I love all of it. I don't know. And I'm really researching Korean ingredients, because K Beauty is taking over the world. And so I thought, well, how can I make this and make it quality, but still keep it at $20 and under? I figured it out. So I don't know, but I'm really excited. I've got a men's line coming, a beard oil, because my son loves his beard, but the skin underneath it gets really dry. So I was like, and he's always asking me, can you make me something? So now I'm coming out with a men's collection. I've got like a baby care line that I'm going to be making, because Zach's sister's pregnant. I'm like, I got to make her some baby stuff. So I've got baby skincare coming. I've got a whole foot care collection coming. I'm just going insane this year. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh my God.
Carrie,
you have a lot of work to do.
with the beard oil, let me know. Because
listen, if you want to be a tester,
everything. What I've tried, this is my main issue. If I try it, I like it, but it makes my skin itch. Then the ones that don't make my skin itch, and I'm sorry to go on a tangent. If it doesn't make my skin itch, it smells god awful.
Yes.
I need something that it smells good and it makes my beard feel good, and the skin doesn't like hurt and dry and all that.
That is what my son says. And my son has autism, so he has very, very high, he can smell everything.
Yeah.
So he cannot stand anything that's too strong. He can't, I'll have him be like, I got a bunch of new fragrances in, help me pick which one. And he'll take us like a tiny little whiff and he'll be like, whoa, that's really strong. It's not really strong to me. So I want to make sure that that is something that the beard oil isn't going to have either. It may actually be unscented, because I don't want something that's going to interfere with the scent of any aftershave or cologne that a man may wear. I don't want a fragrance that's going to compete like that. Right. So, I've got the beard oil, and I sat there. I think about the shop all the time. So I was going to bed the one night and I was like, the beard oil, that's so good. I'm like, that's going to be so good. I'm like, because you know what? Healthy skin grows a better beard. And then I sat up in bed and was like, yes, I have my tagline. I'm absolutely nuts about it. I'm going to have an aftershave recovery balm and then hand repair cream. So, that collection is going to be called Timeless, because, men are timeless, their fathers and their sons, and they're hardworking, and, they deserve good skincare too. Shit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to them.
She gets it.
Well, why when you said that about the tagline, right? When you think about stuff like that.
I don't know.
Sometimes I get things like that out of the blue, but I'm thinking about something. I'm like, I want to do this and that, and I'll get like a random thing. Do you think, I kind of like, sometimes I say that's my guy doing that. Like I get like a push or something. Do you think that's like them?
I will be honest. That had to come from one of my guides.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not like, I'm not that creative. Like I can make a product, I can package it, I can sell the hell out of it, but that kind of stuff, that's why I like sat up in bed, was like, oh my God.
Yeah, like something crazy like that. You're like, wait, where did that come from?
But it's true. Healthy skin does grow a better beard. It just does. I knew this guy who had the softest beard ever. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you giving that like a Brazilian blowout? Like, what is happening here? And he was like, no, I just take really good care of my skin and beard oil and this and that. And I was like, oh, okay, if you say so. It looks great and feels like soft as rabbit fur. I don't know what's happening over there. But
David, we'll get there. We get there, David.
Yeah, for sure.
What I was going to say was, what was your first product ever was which one?
My first product ever was our body butters.
The body butters.
Yeah, that I'm actually reformulating because I can't sell them in the summertime and everybody wants them. So I'm reformulating it so that they don't melt. That was our first product, was body butters.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, what has been, or what would you say is like your favorite? I know all of it's your favorite, but what's your like favorite? My
favorite is our sugar scrubs. That's my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah, they've got I put magnesium oil in the sugar scrubs and our body butters. And then we also have the spray, but yeah, those sugar scrubs are my favorite because they just loofahs don't always get it. Like, those little sea sponges that you might use, they don't always like get all the dead skin off. But the sugar scrubs, man,
yeah,
they do the job. Plus, then that just helps like your lotion and everything just absorb better. And there's a whole system to it.
Nice. I just started using magnesium as now that you mention it. It's funny because like everybody's talking about magnesium, and I just started using it because it helps me. I'm a person that when I go to sleep, I can't stay asleep. I wake up like,
yeah, it helps with insomnia.
My alarm goes off, and then so somebody recommended that to me, and then when I take that, I will have to take it early, like 7, no later than 7:30.
Yeah.
But I would stay asleep until like my alarm goes off to go to work. So then I discovered somebody was like, oh, there's a spray and they're just like cream. And I was like, where's this been on my life? So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people prefer that. Some people, magnesium taken orally can make them sick. Plus your body doesn't really absorb as much of it when you take it orally. So topically, obviously our skin is our largest organ. So taking it, using it topically, it absorbs more of it and faster.
Mm-hmm. Literally, my our little one has the same thing with sleeping, and I just found kids magnesium from like Mary Ruth's, and I just little great. So I just started her taking that, but then I was like, I'm just gonna have the little the cream, and I'll put some on the palm of her feet, and then just.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah, I always recommend people spray it on the bottoms of their feet because they'll absorb it quicker. And then, let it dry, get in bed, your body will absorb it overnight. It can make it like, it can feel like the spray especially can feel sticky, kind of dry and itchy. Some people might have a reaction to it if they put it. I have some customers that put it like all over their arms and their legs and they're like, I feel sticky. I'm like, yeah, you're using way too much. You don't need to use that much.
Too much, yeah.
Not head to toe. But on the bottoms of your feet, especially when you're going to bed, you're not feeling that. You're not walking around. You're not, So then take a shower and there you go.
Try that. Definitely try that. So let's get into paranormal
ghosts. Because my new friend David is like, have you ever had a paranormal experience? I've had several, David.
Yeah, right. Like, hello, David. Where are you? So how
He's
did
down
you?
the rabbit hole.
He's down the rabbit hole.
I mean, let's go down it.
So how did you get started with paranormal? Because you are a medium, also an evidential medium. So evidential mediums are mediums that will give back evidence.
Yes.
So, did you know that you were a medium before? Did it happen through paranormal, or how did everything start for you?
So I didn't. I knew I had abilities before, but Andrea Perrin blew my third eye open 4 years ago, and man, did they really come to the forefront. I'd always had experiences when I was younger and growing up, but it wasn't until Andrea blew my third eye open that really became part of my paranormal toolkit. I started doing paranormal investigations in 2019. My friend Archie and I had actually started History of a Haunting in 2019. And I was like, all right, well, if we're going to have a paranormal podcast, we need to go on some investigations. Like, this is silly. And I was definitely part of the generation of investigators that watched Ghost Hunters and was like, well, I got to do that. I want to learn how to do that. So my cousin and I, Archie couldn't go with me. My cousin and I one day had gone to Phelps Dodge Hospital in Ajo. And my family is from Ajo. My grandparents met there, and they had their first 2 children in that hospital. And my cousin Vicky her father was one of those children. So we did an investigation, and it was a public investigation. They gave us the equipment. They took us on a tour. They told us how to use the equipment, and they let us just run around crazy looking for ghosts. And that was the first EVP I ever caught. I captured my cousin and I were in the nursery, and we heard a humming, and we were like, what was that? Did you hear that? And you can hear us say that on the audio. And it was the humming that we heard. And they figured out, because Chris and Audra and Tony and Cherie were the ones running that property at the time. Right. And they were like, it was probably Mary, who was a labor and delivery nurse who worked at the hospital. We were like, the minute I heard that EVP, it was the only thing we captured of real, like substance. The minute I heard it, I was like, I want more. I gotta do it again. So from there, we just really kind of went nuts. COVID hit in early 2020. And then they were like, okay, it's getting better. And so they lifted some stuff. So Archie and I went to Winchester Mystery House. We went to Alcatraz. We went because we had a Patreon at the time. And so we were like, yay, we can afford to do all this. But then they tightened everything again. And I also moved back here. But it's just one of those things where now I need to know more. And Chris and Audra and Tony and Cherie, it taught me how to be an investigator. Nice. And taught me, like, the number one rule, and I say this to anybody that I train as well, don't whisper on investigations.
My God, yes.
Don't do that. I hate that. Don't do it. Talk quietly if you want to, because sometimes you're at a big group investigation. You don't want to interrupt, be whatever somebody else is doing. I get that. But, you can always talk really, low, but you don't have to whisper. There's no need to do that. And also it will screw up your audio no matter what.
Yeah.
So that was the very first thing I think that Chris was like, we're going to do this investigation. Don't whisper. And I was like,
just talk normal. Yeah,
just talk normal. It's not like, there's no need to whisper. But when you're not used to going on investigations, that's a hard habit to break, right? Like, you got to be quiet. You're trying to be polite.
Yeah.
Don't be polite on an investigation. F that. Yeah. So that's kind of how it started.
And stuff because of that same reason.
Yes.
You start doing like the whole to hand signals.
It is one of the things that it's a pet peeve of mine, and it was just like ingrained in me from day one. And these 4 individuals are so good at what they do. They've been investigating. I think Chris has been investigating for over 30 years. Yeah. He's had abilities since he was a child. So I had this big span of experience training me on how to be an investigator. And God, it's a lot of fun. There have been some really terrifying moments. St. Albans is the scariest place I've ever been to. Way scarier than Trans-Allegheny. And we actually captured a lobotomy on an EVP there.
Wow.
St. Albans was messed up. Blech.
St. Albans. I know we've never been. I've always wanted to go, but I know one, it's like very expensive, but like, yeah, it's like you got to get a group to go there.
St. Albans or Trans-Allegheny?
Both.
St. Albans is actually not that bad. If you get a group together, which is what we tend to do with the podcast, we'll get a big group together. St. Albans is very affordable in that regard, as far as like, it's like $75 per person, up to 10 people. So it's not that bad.
It's not bad.
Trans-Allegheny, on the other hand, is a mint. But the other thing about these places in relation to like you guys, the travel, like, you know, you've got to pay for like getting there and a hotel and food. And, you know, where I'm at in North Carolina, St. Albans and Trans-Allegheny are like one's 4 and one's 6 hours away. So St. Albans is amazing. It is.
I would buy you guys. I'd have been there already. Trust me.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, Trans-Allegheny is very, very expensive.
Okay.
We did their public tours are like $100 per person. Their public tours are done very, very well. It's a large enough building where what am I trying to say? Your evidence is not being ruined by a bunch of people that are close by. You're not ruining theirs. So it's $100 per person. That's pricey. But then their private overnights, $150 per person, plus tax, plus insurance. That is a very, very expensive.
Sure.
We've done that once. Yeah. We've done it once. I've investigated Trans-Allegheny 3 times, but that's very expensive. And then again, like Anthony and his group came from New York. That's very expensive to have everybody be able to go. We have to plan these kinds of investigations at least a year out so that everybody can have time to like, you know, DoorDash for it.
Sure, exactly. No, absolutely. Before
you go on, shout out to all of those people. They've been super amazing to all of us.
Chris, Audra, Tony, Cherie, we know Anthony, Jenny. Yeah, everybody's been amazing with us. And I was gonna say, now that I'm thinking about it, what's the year that we went to Gettysburg?
Gettysburg 24? Was not this year.
24. So 2024. Did you go to? Yeah. You were in.
I did. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, that was my first year there with the shop.
Oh, that was our first year there. And now I'm thinking back, and I was like, I think I've seen you there. Because now
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I've seen these people. I don't know where I've seen these people. I know I have. Yes, that was my first year with the shop.
Were you in the hallway before the auditorium?
I think so. I was in the main room.
Right.
In the room, in the main hallway.
In the vendor room. I was in the vendor room. I wasn't far from the guy that sells, I can't remember the name of the company, but the guy that sells all the ghost hunting equipment. I was like right across from him.
Oh, yes. Yes. He had like REM pods and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like dogs that were REM pods and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like right across from him. So
on the corner?
Not on a corner, close to a corner. My friend Kim, she sells the like the afterlife dolls, the little dolls that like are little dead dolls. Yes. I was right behind her. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were actually not that far.
We were not that far from you, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that was our first year ever going.
Oh, such a good time.
And that's how I've talked to like Anthony online and Ron and Lourdes and everybody online prior to that, you know, just meeting everybody. But then that's where I met in person everybody.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved going there.
Gettysburg, you guys that are watching, if you've never been to Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, go at least once. Go at least once. It is unbelievable. If you've never been to Gettysburg, because Laura and I had gone to Gettysburg 2 years prior. We went to that event just as guests.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I got to go as a vendor because damn, this is great. Gettysburg is one of my favorite places in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Everybody that lives there is so kind and so nice, and they're so proud of their history, and it shows in their tours, in their everything, even in the little shops, like, because I can't, pass up a crystal shop to save my life. But everybody is so kind and wonderful. That town is absolutely amazing. And actually, Zach and I saw, there's like we were in the McDonald's parking lot, and right next to it is something, I don't know what it was, but we saw a Confederate soldier on a horse walk down from this other parking lot next door. We saw it walk down to the street, and we ran to the street. And when we saw it go behind the building. When it got to the street and stepped into the street, it disappeared.
Wow.
It was wild. Gettysburg is the best.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Even in that hotel, because we stayed in that hotel too. Like stuff was like happening right away, and I was just like, this is kind of crazy. And I was thinking maybe it's just everybody's energy there for the.
That could very well be. There's so much.
It's a lot.
Yeah, for somebody who's a medium and an empath, that it's very overwhelming energy. Before I even leave the hotel, I really have to like meditate and put my shields down and really lock it down, because it will make me physically ill to be in proximity to that much different energy for that long. So
it's pretty much. Actually, talking about protection, so I was going to ask you, as a medium, what did you get into? How did you notice the mediumship part?
So, primarily when I was a teenager is when I really started noticing it. Like, I would wake up one morning and have a feeling that something bad was going to happen, and it would be real, just like tight and heavy in my chest, and I'd be like, wake up being like, something bad is going to happen today. I don't know how I know this. And then it would be something like dumb, like I would lock my keys in my running car.
Oh gosh. Yes.
One day somebody had stole all the hubcaps off my car. Like little things like that.
That happens to me.
But then when I got older, I started being like the empathy part of it really kicked in. I've always been the kind of person that people like, the random girl in the bar will come up to me and be crying and just tell me her whole horrible life story with her boyfriend that just dumped her. Like, that's always going to be me. I'm always going to be that person that people can just open up to, that they don't know from Adam's house cat. So, but it was when Andrea blew open my third eye that she blew the cage apart. And the very next day, I got the biggest download of my life. My brain felt heavy in my head. It was really, really kind of wild. And it started with psychometry. So I can pick up an object and like know the history of that object, or I can know what was going on with the person who last touched that object. And then it morphed into clairvoyance and clairsentience and claircognizance and all of the clairs. I think I have 5 of the 6 or 7 clairs. I have 5 of them. As of now, one always gets added, not as quickly as it used to, but, and so everyone's like, oh my God, you should do readings and you should make money on this. And I was like, I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun at all. But I really enjoy using it on paranormal investigations. Really enjoy using it that way.
Before we start there, how did Todd says, Carrie, that happens to me too. I was working when my birthday passed. When my birthday passed away, and it felt like I had been punched in the stomach from the inside. I dream of things that are going to happen as well.
Yeah. I haven't really dreamt of anything yet. Thank God. I feel like that would be. My dreams are very wild and vivid, bright technicolor anyway. But I haven't ever had a dream of things that are going to happen. I don't know. I can't imagine how that is for you.
I get some of those.
That's wild. That's
I
wild.
get sometimes, and it's always something like that I don't want to listen to, that I don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's always a warning. Let's put it that way. It's always a warning.
Yeah. I now that I know how to use it and I know how it works for me, I really enjoy it. I really like it because my mom can talk to her parents again. You know, she can talk to her brothers again. My best friend Jennifer, her mom died of breast cancer 2 years ago. She can hear from her mom again because I have these abilities, and I love that. So I really only use them outside of the paranormal with like situations like that, family and friends. But it has been very beneficial. Bye, David. Thank you so much. I can't wait to check out Down the Rabbit Hole. But on paranormal investigations, it's been super beneficial to like, I can hear what they're saying, like more than an EVP. They don't have to use a lot of energy for me to be able to hear what they have to say, where they have to expend a lot of energy to just get an EVP out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have to do that. I've been working on channeling and automatic writing. That's still fairly new, but you know, I love being able to do all of this and just learn more and more and more and more and more from these locations, more history, the people that are actually there, that are still there. Why are you still here? Oh, you want to be here? You know, like, because the ghosts in places, a lot of times they're not trapped here. They just want to be here. You can go, they know they can go into the light. They've already been to the light. They came back down. They wanted to stay. You don't have to stay up there. So it's just, it's been something that scared the shit out of me at first and made me cry a lot at first because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I felt truly insane. That's why Erin and I named the show, Well, That Was Weird, because every new ability we got, we were like, well, that was weird. So that's why we named the show that. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. And I know I feel crazy explaining it half the time. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't want to be without them.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. It doesn't sound weird to somebody who's like
to somebody else who's
like experience that we know. It's not weird at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I find it funny that you name it that, because that's exactly like the reaction you hear, like, well, that's a first, you know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, when I picked up my prescription and from pulling it out of the bag and going to put it in my bathroom, I picked up the prescription and I got a flash that the woman that filled it was going through a divorce. And I was like, what the hell was that? Well, that was weird. You know, so that's, Erin and I talk a lot, and that's why we have the show, is to kind of talk a lot about the realities of having abilities, getting them later in life, and what it's actually like. Because everybody, and I was one of them for a long time. Like, you look at Cindy Kaza, or you look at some of these, you know, these mediums that are just really, you know, they really got their shit figured out. And you're like, I want to have abilities like that. That would be so great. When I got mine, I was hating life because they don't come with instructions. They're just like, blop, here you go. Now you can do this.
How did it work? Like, well, so what happened with Andrea Perrin? I'm trying to look for the channel. Where is it? Oh, on Dead Air Full Spectrum.
Yes, it's YouTube and Facebook, but it's the Dead Air Full Spectrum Network is where our show is at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dead Air. I'm gonna write that on the chat. Oh, how did it work
with Andrea?
Andrea, like, what happened? We met her at a couple in August.
At the 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒔.
𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒔.
Yeah, we met Andrea and her dad.
Oh my God.
Roger's amazing.
Roger. Yeah. Well, we had a talk for like 30 minutes. Just he pulled me to the side. That dude's awesome.
Yeah,
he's
great. He is so good. I love both of them. Erin was Andrea's handler for a long time. That's how I met Erin and Andrea. Oh. And Andrea had done Con Carolinas down in Charlotte a few years ago. And so I had never met her and Erin in person. I talked to them all the time, but I never met him in person. So I'm like, well, Charlotte's only like 2 hours away. So I went down there. We all hung out. Everything was great. Andrea has this ability to open up a person's third eye. If you've done any kind of research or looked into it a little bit, your pineal gland back here is very much connected to your intuition and things like that. So what Andrea does is she really just, I mean, obviously with permission, she just kind of like massages the back of your neck and she activates your pineal gland, which then can open up your third eye. Now, she never knows what it's going to do to a person that wants it done. It may do nothing. It may just, now you just kind of like, you can have a better read on energy when you walk into a room or somebody's energy. Or it could be as extreme like it was with me and just blow the cage wide open. So that's kind of how it was. I thought nothing of it. I was like, oh, this is really nice, and Erin took video of Andrea doing that for, I think it was our friend Donna and then also Audra. And then me. And my video was the only video that would not go into focus. It was blurred the entire time. She did nothing different, no new phone, nothing but my video was blurred. So I went home, 2-hour drive home, and I was driving along and I'm listening to music, and out just randomly, I had this image in my head of driving down the road. Like I was kind of looking at it from like kind of like a drone perspective.
Yeah.
Driving in my car down the road, and this blast of light exploded from my car and radiated out 50 miles. And I was like, when I'm driving, I'm like, well, that was weird. Kept driving. I got about a mile from my house and it happened again. And I'm like, what? I wonder if this has anything to do with what Andrea did. So I called Erin that night and I was like, you suppose that? She's like, that might be it starting to work. And I was like, okay. And then the next morning, all bets were off. I woke up, my brain felt heavy in my head. I just didn't feel right. It was really, really weird. And the very first thing that started it was I picked up my prescription to put it away. And I got a flash that the lady that filled it was going through a divorce. And then we got a grocery delivery and I put the milk away, and I got a flash that the kid that delivered the groceries didn't want to work for Instacart, but was doing it because his mom made him. And I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that creative to just come up with stories so detailed about people. And it was really upsetting. It was really upsetting. I called Erin again. And I was like, what did she do to me? She's like, you need to call Andrea. Her and her dad are on their way home, back to Georgia right now. They're in the car. Call her right now. And I was like, Andrea, what is going on? And she was like, it's just, I just opened up your third eye. Like sometimes it works for people. Not that it doesn't work all the time, but like we always get what we're supposed to get when we're supposed to get it, right? So some people, nothing happens. Some people, a little happens. Some people, a lot happens. And she never knows. Like, she's like, I don't know what's going to happen. But that's how it happened for me. And it was not
super interesting. Damn, I don't know she had that. You do that. I would have told her to do that for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you what, like, she's just massaging the back of your neck. She's not even saying anything. She's not, she might be like, she works a lot with the galactic family. So she might be, she's talking to them during the whole thing. And it was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. And I was just like, I'm getting ready to go to bed here. It's just really lovely. It's just a nice little neck massage. It is way more than a neck massage. Yeah. It was a lot, but I don't regret it in the least. That woman, just not only with this, but through her friendship, changed the trajectory of my whole life. I will never, ever, ever regret it. I will never, ever, ever not be thrilled to death and so freaking proud that I made the decision to let her do that, and that she is one of my dearest friends. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Yeah.
We were
hello, Michael Hannah.
What's
up, Michael? What's up, buddy?
She was we were gonna try to get her on here. But it happened right at the time where she had to go back to the doctor.
Yeah.
It was like really, really bad timing. And then literally like right after that, the whole Conjuring House thing with Jason and everything. And I was just like, I'm just going to reach back out at another time because it was chaotic. In the end of the year, and I was like, no, this is not working. So
it's a lot. Yeah. And now her sister, Christine, has broken her foot. And Christine was the one that was like taking care of her. They both are taking care of their mother. And then Carolyn died. And then Andrea got cancer. And now she's much, much better. She got to ring the bell. And then Christine broke her foot. I was like, what is with you ladies? What is happening? Yeah. So it's been a lot, but yeah, she would love to. She's a fantastic guest. We've had her on Well, That Was Weird. And we also had her on History of a Haunting. And she is a really fantastic guest. I like to talk to her a lot about more about like ufology and UFOs and the galactic family than I do about her paranormal experiences with the farmhouse, because I don't think a lot of people realize how connected to the galactic family that she is, and how entrenched into ufology she is. So
I didn't know that until I met her in Savannah, and I was like, oh, that's right up my alley. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's the best, and she's so good.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that about her.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. So I was like, I really rather talk about that with her than the story that everybody thinks they know. She's dispelled those myths that the movie came out with a gazillion times. And, let's talk about something else that and on History of a Haunting, especially, we cover cryptids. I love a good cryptid. And we cover UFO abduction cases and all kinds of really fun stuff, but we've never spoken to anybody that actually, talks to the galactic family. So she's good. She's really good. Maybe like in the summer, you might, once Christine has her surgery and all that, maybe things will calm down and she'll be able to be a guest on your show.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's great.
She just, and I'll let you go after this, but she just has that ability to light up a room.
She does.
Oh my gosh, she made me cry, man. I listened to her. She had me crying over there.
She is amazing. Yeah, and anyone, you guys already know if you've met her, she's got the gift of gab. Girl's got the gift of gab. Yeah, like I have it as well, but she really has it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love it. But yeah, she's amazing. I could talk to her for days and days and days, and she would happily do it. She's so kind.
Yeah, she's great.
That's what was so neat about that whole experience, was because we were a part of a panel, and Jenny and I are talking or whatever, and she's like attentively listening to us.
Yeah.
And then she pulled us to the side and she's like, oh, like I love like the way you guys work, and everything that you said was amazing. And it made us feel good, like wow.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Because that's so rare in this industry. I think there's so much competition in this industry that people and people in general, not just in the paranormal industry, but just humans in general, a lot of us don't listen to understand. We just listen to hear and respond.
Yeah.
Like that's all we're doing. We're listening to you, but we will have something to say. We're not really listening to like what people are really telling us, but she does. She's amazing. She's amazing. And you guys are going to have a great time with her on the show.
I can't wait.
Protection wise, what do you find yourself doing for an investigation, or even for yourself, now that you can do mediumship, because maybe something negative want to come through? I don't know.
Sure. I mean, especially when you're going into like a new location, whether it's famous or not. I mean, if you've never been there and you don't know, the spirits don't know you, it's very, very important to protect yourself going into and then also leaving. So the first thing I do is I ground myself with the building. And that's something that Chris Allgood taught me to do. So I generally will like go off somewhere where it's quiet and like put my hand on the building and just sort of like meditate and ground myself with the building, set the expectation and let the spirits know what my intentions are, why I'm there for the night. And then just make sure. Yeah, I always want to make sure that I'm also putting down enough protection where like I won't get an attachment. There's just enough protection to keep me safe, but not so much that I'm blocking out the spirits.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've done that before too. I'm like, well, this is the most boring investigation I've ever had. Oh, I overdid it. Oh, all right.
Don't worry. Yes.
Right. I locked it down a little too tight. Whoops. So I start with that. I will say, and Erin and I talk a lot about this on our show, is that anywhere you go that has paranormal activity and spirits there, the spirits already know your intention before you even get there.
100%.
The minute you make the decision to go, they already know who you are, why you're going there, and like who your real character is.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's their home. That's where they live. That's where you're going. You're going into someone's home. So it's always, whether they know it or not already, it's very polite to be like, hi, I'm here. I'm going to spend a few hours with you tonight. And I really just want to, see this beautiful building. I want to step back in history and I would love to hear whatever you have to say. Do you have a story to tell me? Do you not? Like, I just would like to spend some time here in your beautiful home with you. That's all it takes. You don't have to be like, okay, well, here's what I want to do. I want to try to catch a lobotomy in a lobotomy ward. I would like to see if Lily will come through on an EVP. I would like to get a picture of the crawler up in the alcoholics ward. I would like, you don't have to be that detailed about it. But you just be really honest. And then at the same time, then I kind of just protect myself in that way. One of my main spirit guides is Sandalphon the Archangel. So I don't even really need to ask him anymore. I just am like, I'm going here. And I already know, I can feel the shield of protection come down around me. Yeah. And then when we leave, thank them as you would anybody whose house you're leaving who just had you as a guest. Thank you so much for having me. I had a really great time. Or thank you so much for having me. This place was really terrifying. Maybe you could have a sit down with that one ghost that scared me. Whatever it is. And then a lot of times, and I'm sure you guys have found this, there is always going to be one that's a little bit more curious about you than any other person that's there with you. So you have to make sure, I always make sure that to tell them, thank you for having me. I will come back and visit you. You cannot follow me home.
Yep.
You cannot leave here. You have to stay. It's so important that you say that because I know of a lot of people that don't. And, all of a sudden they have stuff happen, unless it's a place that like you run and you do a lot of investigations and you're the one, like Chris and Audra and Tony and Cherie, when they were doing 𝑗, they became very, very close with the spirits of that hospital. Mm-hmm. So when they would go home and Michael would show up while they're having dinner, nobody thought anything of it. It's fine. But for most of us, we don't want Michael coming to our house.
Michael, stay home. Stay there.
Michael, you have a problem and you need to go home. Yeah. So it's very important that like not every spirit is good. Not very few demons are in these places, but not every spirit has good intentions. Like humans, they were humans. Mm-hmm. Not every human has good intentions. So it's important that you are like, you cannot come home with us. And because you have set that expectation and that like, hey, this is the line, they don't cross it. I've never known anybody to have said that and done that and still had a spirit follow them home. I've never heard of it, actually.
Exactly. I think a lot of people don't even think about that, but like how you said, not that they're demons or whatever, they're gonna follow you back home, but they were also people, and at the time, I mean, you might not think about it now, but eventually you start like, I'm so tired, I'm cold all the time, or
God,
whatever, and then you're not thinking that spirit is draining you, or like, why do you feel that? And,
yeah, especially some of these bigger locations. You're walking upstairs, yes, and that we never do that. We just forget. It happens because sometimes you're just sitting there. Paranormal investigations, I think we can all admit, are kind of freaking boring.
Yeah,
you're sitting around in the dark, you're waiting for something to happen. Like, the really exciting stuff comes in evidence review, as far as I'm concerned. Sometimes there's really cool stuff going on, or the ghost has you running around, but you're walking upstairs, you're doing all this stuff, you're lugging in equipment, you're setting it up. It's very physically labor intensive to be a paranormal investigator. So especially if it is over at 4 a.m. and you just drove 6 hours to get there, you know what I mean?
Like, you want to do is they eat like a old ass from like McDonald's. Like, you're not even thinking about that now. You're like,
you are not. You're like, I need to eat. I need to shower. Maybe sometimes I've been so tired that I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to bed, and go to sleep. So it's very easy to forget. It's very, very easy to forget. The one thing, and I did it all the time. The one thing that I changed was I knew when I was reaching my end, either the investigation was over at this time, or I was physically drained and I knew that I wanted to get on the road in 30 minutes. I purposely then know that I'm getting ready to leave. I will set a reminder for 5 or 10 minutes out to remind myself on my phone to thank them and tell them you have to stay here.
Yeah.
It didn't work any other way. And that's how it works for me. I'm like, I am tired. I need to just start wrapping this up. I'll be like, all right, in 20 minutes, however long it'll take me to leave, I need to, lock that down with them.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to forget. It's so easy to forget. These are exhausting, even when it's boring. These are very exhausting. It's a very exhausting hobby to have.
Yeah.
So it's very expensive hobby.
I think that's happened to an expensive. Oh my God. Expensive. Oh my God. Yeah.
It is an expensive hobby.
So,
but I think that's happened to everybody, as far as
that's for sure.
Forgetting and stuff like that. Because I mean, I don't think not one person has not done that. What was the scariest thing, or the most memorable that maybe freaked you out during the investigation? But I think you mentioned, was it Tala that had something scary?
The lobotomy. Yeah. That was the scariest EVP, the scariest thing. So with Trans-Allegheny, everybody knows the story of Trans-Allegheny is a lunatic asylum, and the lobotomy was perfected there. So they have a ward on the basement level, I believe, where the lobotomies were actually performed. And so we were doing our private overnight investigation of the main building, and my team, Chris and Audra and Laura and I, we left an EVP recorder in that area, and then we went off about our investigation. Upon review, Chris captured, or he found that we had captured 2 metal bangs and then a woman's blood-curdling scream. And it's one of the most disturbing EVPs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of paranormal shows. I watch a lot of, I've done a lot of my own research for my own show. It's the most disturbing thing I've ever heard, especially when you know where it was captured and what happened there.
Yeah.
It was awful. Yeah, it was awful. So that was the most upsetting, scary EVP. There's another EVP that was captured when I went to the 1910 jail in Globe, Arizona, with Tony and Cherie Rathman. We just, the 3 of us, had the whole building to ourselves. And in Globe, it's a little, old Western town, mining town. And back in the day, there was a woman named Jenny who ran a brothel. And she got arrested because she was a madam and she was running a brothel. Well, she didn't to this day, she doesn't like female guests, investigators. She doesn't like the females. Why? Because all of her clients are also haunting that jail because they were also arrested.
Oh,
but
wow.
the men love the females, right? So she's a very jealous ghost.
Wow.
So we're investigating. It's me and Tony and Cherie's filming video. And Tony sends me this section of video, and he was like, Carrie, tell me what you hear in this. And I'm like, all right. And you hear Cherie say something, and then you hear this man say, Carrie's in trouble. And then almost immediately you hear this very angry woman say, who cares?
Wow.
Wow.
It was the only time I ever felt threatened by a location. And it was a scary location anyway. It was the first time I'd ever been touched on an investigation. I knew better even then, and that I was still a brand new investigator. I knew even then, when you're doing an investigation, never put your back to the bars of any jail. Be it Ohio State Reformatory, a tiny little jail like 1910 jail, Yuma Territorial Prison. Don't ever do that. And I knew that, but we were doing an investigation, and I sat down stupidly with my back to the bars, and I felt fingers on this cheek. And I was like,
give me the creeps, man.
I knew where they were going, and
and Cherie was filming, and I was like, Cherie, could you please put the camera on my face, please? And I was just so scared and like trying not to move. And I was like, is there anything on my face? And she's looking, and she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, well then somebody's touching me. And I sat there just like waiting for them to stop. I know, it's so gross. It's so gross. Yeah. I was waiting for them to stop, and they never did. And I'm like, okay, you can stop touching me now. And then they stopped. Arizona, I know Florida does too. Arizona has a lot of cockroaches, a lot of sewer roaches.
Oh my God, yes.
And I have a horrible fear of them. It was the only time in my life that I actually was hoping it was a cockroach on my face and not a ghost touching me.
Oh, hell no. I don't know.
Through the bars of a prison.
I might have been the other way around.
Right? I was like, please tell me there's something on my face. She's like, no, there's nothing. So yeah, that those are my two most intense experiences at a location. I mean, they top private residence cases, everything.
What did it like? What did it feel like? Did it have a different type of sensation, or did it feel like finger feels for you, or did it have like some other type of feeling?
It felt like two fingers were just right here. I mean, and you could feel the pressure of them, and you could feel like, you know, when something touches you, you're not expecting, that part of the nerves in that face kind of shock, and they're like, you get that chill down your arm, and that's what that felt like, because it was also a much cooler sensation than I was expecting, because we went in like August. Yeah. In Arizona. It was super hot, and I was like, oh God. And they're staring at me, and Cherie's looking at the camera, and I'm like, it's not going away. So I was just like, you could stop touching me now. And then they did.
And that part is that it did it on command. It's like even more like
command. It was wild. Yeah. But even with all of this, like, I will never, ever, ever stop until I am physically unable to, you know, even if I'm like elderly in a wheelchair, I will never stop doing paranormal investigations. I love it that much. I just love it that much.
What would you say has been your favorite place that you've been to?
Ooh, that's my favorite place to investigate is definitely Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. I will go there, and I will go there anytime. I will save up for 6 months, a year, just to be able to go back and do an investigation there, because it's very expensive. It's one of the most expensive places I've been. But I really did love the Winchester Mystery House.
I've always wanted to go. So beautiful.
Oh my God. Thank God they had arrows on the floor showing you like how to, like, which way to go. Otherwise, Archie and I would still be trying to find our way out of there. It's wild. It's such a wild place. That place. And then I also loved, what's another one that I really loved? Oh God, I just had it. St. Albans is a good one. The pain of the spirits in there, it takes a lot of getting used to, especially for a medium. But it's another good one. But I would say Winchester Mystery House, and then the Paris Catacombs was another one. That was
that's awesome.
Really, really good.
Wow.
Really good. It was crowded in there just with spirits. There were maybe 10 of us down there.
Crazy. Just the thought that since I was very young, I always thought like it's insane that they even did that. I'm like,
God, I know. And like the way they did it, like everything is like every bone is just like so perfectly set on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's really unreal. If you I don't live far from St. Albans. My son told me I was too sensitive to go in. That might very well be the case. It's a very, like, even the land itself before that anything was built there is really terrible. So you have all of those lives and all of those souls that had something traumatic happen to them over the course of hundreds and hundreds of years. So it's a very, very difficult place to go into. It's very small as far as like places.
Yeah.
Like it's not very small, but as far as like sanatoriums, like most people think of sanatoriums and they think of Waverly, right? Like the big one.
Yeah.
St. Albans is much smaller. But yeah, that bowling alley, that boiler room, barf.
I want to go to either which one, save up for which one first. I don't know. But I know that people say that in town, a lot of people get like I know some people that even think they have something follow them back from Trans-Allegheny.
Yeah.
So it's much more darker. So
yeah.
I don't know which one I go.
Trans-Allegheny, I don't know. There's something about the history that I don't know what it is about that location that I really love. The other place that I've been to that we also did a little investigation of was the Stanley Hotel. For our 100th episode of History of a Haunting, me and Archie and Laura went to the Stanley Hotel and we stayed in room 217 the first night. And then the other one that was the most haunted, 424 something, that room, we stayed there the next 2 nights. And that place deserves every single claim that people make about it.
Wow.
Every single claim that people make about it. But just like the history and to know, like Stephen King is one of my favorite authors. So to know the history of The Shining and all of that. Plus also we were notified by the front desk when we were there. Don't leave the property. Don't leave the hotel. There is a bear sighting on property. So don't leave the building. And I was like, what the hell? Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like you expect ghosts and stuff, but a bear. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Fine. Bring another drink. We'll just chill here on the patio. If we see the bear, we'll run inside.
Hey, woo-woo.
What? Do you use equipment yourself or do you have?
I do. Because when you first start out and you're like, oh, I want all of this equipment. And Jen, I noticed you are wearing a Project Fear hoodie.
Yes.
And I love that show. I love Destination Fear. So like if they bring out a new piece of equipment, I'm like, well, I gotta have that. REM pod.
Rooms and dings that lights up, I want it.
If it lights up, yes, I absolutely want to have it. The tripwire that they used when they went to the Farrar school, I was like, well, Zach buys everything. So yes. I have the equipment. I just have to bring Zach with me. But I do. I love everything that has bells and whistles and lights up, and it's fun. But honestly, I don't use a lot of it.
Okay.
I use EVP recorders. I do get a lot of really good interaction with the EMF detectors. And that's about it. I have found that, especially now that I have my abilities, that I'm my best piece of equipment.
Exactly. What was your favorite? And if not, is it you?
It's me. It's new, yeah, especially because I'm trying my hand at automatic writing and channeling. That's been very difficult for me to want to tiptoe in, because essentially, if you think about it, it's a little temporary form of possession.
Yeah,
they're channeling through you, they're writing through you, they're, you know, so I have a hard time kind of like reconciling myself with that, especially if it's a new place and I've never been there. I don't know who these spirits are. But I also, you know, I investigate with a lot of people that I trust implicitly with my life, that would know how to bring me out of something that was looking dangerous for me. So that's another important thing. My other favorite pieces of equipment are the people I investigate with. I'm not on a team. I don't like to be on a team, just because I like to be able to, you know, bebop wherever the hell I want to go. And, you know, but the people that I investigate with are typically my core group of friends that I go with, and I trust them with my life. So cool. Yeah.
No, that's very good.
Yeah. And, you almost have to, though, really. You go into crazy places.
I wanted to do, I've tried a little bit of automatic writing, but I have the same thought that you have. Like, it's like, do I want to, do I not want to? But then I keep telling myself, or like when I keep hearing about it, not hearing about it, like listening to people who do that or whatever, it's just the taking the fear out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, you know, setting that intention, and so.
Yeah.
Do you hold any like circles or practice things that maybe you can do online with you, or?
No, I don't. Erin does. Erin does not a lot of that, but she has done that before, like burn ceremonies and stuff like that, especially because she used to be a caretaker at the Conjuring House. So if they would have like events there, she would do like a burn ceremony, which actually that is a topic for that's a good topic for a show. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe we could do a burn ceremony on, well, that was weird. But yeah, that's not something that I ever really do. I have learned, I've become certified in reading the Akashic records. And I used to do that. Like I used to have clients and do that for clients. And so I will do that when I'm getting ready. You have to vibrate at an exceptionally high frequency to be able to access the Akashic records. So I do that when I'm meditating, so that I can get to that high vibrational frequency to be able to access the records. But otherwise, no, I don't really. I don't. And Zach is like, you know what? Maybe you should try using a pendulum and this and that. And I'm like, okay, maybe. It's just easier for me to just meditate and ask questions. Like I'll hear them, they'll tell me, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta talk to you more. Not now, but like
sure, yeah.
You mean you about just doing automatic writing and stuff like that. They will try it out. But do you have any questions?
No. Well, you know what? Side question: who is your favorite investigator in Project Fear?
Tanner.
Okay.
Tanner and Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea. More now that she's like older and she's not screaming as much. But definitely, yeah, Tanner. Tanner is super funny, and he's there. I feel so bad because he always gets picked to like stay alone. Like when they went to
like Erin.
He's like Erin. I'm like, what the hell?
The Erin of the group, man.
Yeah, and they're like, you're so brave, and he's like, I'm really not though. Like, so I like Tanner's my favorite. What about you guys?
I think with me, I think he's too scary. I love Chelsea. She's just to me, she's like,
you
know, I'm one of those people that like I hear something, I run towards it and not run away from it. And I feel like she's very much like that. Like she freaks out. She's calmed down more a lot.
She's calmed down quite a bit. And I think a lot of that was probably the network was like, scream a lot. You know what I mean? Like they were on a show for entertainment. So I'm sure that a lot of it is,
Gotcha.
Either that or a combination of that, or they were really like very much afraid of it. Like, like freaked out. But I feel like she's yeah, and then now she's a mom. She's she got that mama bear energy where she's just like, I'm gonna go see what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
she does. Yeah, I really do. I really like Chelsea. My best friend's husband was a hockey player for a long, long time. And I was like, hey, I'm watching a new show. And one of the girls on it was female goalie, Mike. And he was like, really? So he looked her up. And of course, she's got all those sexy, like hockey promotional like photos. And he was like, are you kidding me? I was like, listen, just watch the show. She's yeah, I knew you'd love her because he was a hockey goalie. And so I was like,
yeah,
first women's professional team, Mike. And he was like, get out. Yeah. So they all are, they all have a really good chemistry to them. I'm not really a big fan, like, especially, I think it was in Destination Fear when they started to like, they would get mad at each other. And then like when they were picking the next thing, then they would like try to like single people out, try to like get even. Like, I was like, that's kind of losing the plot of the show. And I wasn't really a big fan of that. But I love them. In fact, Project Fears and Destination Fears shows are sources when Laura and I cover a location for History of a Haunting. We've been on hiatus for 2 years now, but I'm always citing one of their episodes because they get good evidence too. And the idea is so new, right? Like there's so many paranormal TV shows that are all doing the same thing. This is very different. Let's investigate, and we're all going to sleep alone in the scariest places. I'm sorry, you're going to do what now? It's good TV.
Yeah,
it's good YouTube.
They're really good.
Yeah,
really
they are.
You know, they just got a good energy with them when they do. I like them. I like their history that they talk about.
I like, you know who else I really like? I really like Connor. That poor kid. He was like, he's like Alex, but for Project Fear. You know how Alex kind of got drug into all this stuff? Now Connor is kind of getting drug into it too. So I really like Connor. Yeah.
So let's tell, well, we're going to wrap it up because we went over and I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You're so fun and easy to talk to.
I hate like having people feel like we went over, but
no.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And gosh, your audience is amazing.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Audience, and thank you.
God, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Tell everybody where to find you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Erin and I have the show Well, That Was Weird. It's a metaphysical show. We talk a lot about different types of metaphysical practices, right? Meditation and mediumship, and for paranormal investigation, or kind of how to handle your new abilities if you've got them. So we are on every other week. It is a live show on the Dead Air Full Spectrum Network. We alternate with Cody and Satori. So they were just the past Thursday. We're on Thursday nights. So we're coming up this Thursday, the 5th, and we're going to be discussing fairies and the fae. So thank you so much.
Wow, we got stuff with fae.
Do you have stuff? Good. I'm going to reach out to you then because, we've had some folks take pictures that they thought were maybe elementals. And so then like some of our friends are like really well versed and educated in fairies. And they were like, I think that's fae. And I'm like, wow, okay. So not everybody knows a whole lot about the fae. So we're going to cover the fae this week. And then, so that's every other Thursday. And then of course, I have this little light of mine skincare. You guys can, we have social media. We have TikTok. I don't do a lot on that. I should, but I don't. Mainly Facebook and Instagram. So you can always find me there. If you have questions, just about skincare in general, absolutely reach out to me. I want to be very transparent and educational. I'm not a big fan of independent or like small businesses that kind of gatekeep what they've learned and what they know, because I would really have appreciated somebody like me back when I was looking for something that, I needed for whatever skin, condition that I may have had or whatever. So open book. You can reach out to me at any time. I'm more than happy to help you and even refer you to some of my friends that have skincare. You don't have to buy just from me. If I don't have something you need, I know somebody who does. So, yeah. thislittleanime.skincare.com. And we have a new blog. I'm so excited about it.
Nice.
Yes, you just started it, right?
Yeah, it's every Saturday. A new post drops at 9 a.m. We've got the first 2 up right now. So go check that out too.
And for real,
I just want to be all over the place.
Check out this stuff. I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. This smells free, and I like that that was another thing. You put in the holy water in, and I thought that was amazing. So everything is amazing on there.
Thank you.
And you're not going to like break the bank. I'm telling you. And then on top of that, you're getting a 15% off code. I mean,
use the
15% off if your order is $30 or more. You get free shipping. Like, I don't feel the need to mark my prices up so high. I'm still making a profit, and I do it intentionally. Everything is intentional with me. Intentionality is the only way to live life, I think, and certainly the only way to run a business. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, come over to That Was Weird this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Erin and I are going to be talking about fairies and fairy magic.
I can't wait because I want to hear about that. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love this world. It's so wild and crazy, but man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Stay backstage with us, Carrie.
Wait a second. We had something we had to do, but we didn't do it.
Once again, guys, please. Carrie does an amazing job with her products. I even got to smell my mom's gift. Everything's amazing. Everything's super economical. Remember this little light of mine skincare.com and use code spooked15 to save 15% on your very first order. Okay. Before we do wrap up, I do want to say rest in peace to one of our favorite movie moms of all time. She played Delia in Beetlejuice, and she also played Kate in Home Alone, the first one and the second one. Yeah. Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Movie mom. So I hope you guys enjoyed her work, like I know Jenny and I have talked about for us.
Yeah,
but
that was a hard one. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. The more we get older, the people that we loved and watched.
Yeah. And have it be so sudden too, like, you know, you get some people that you've heard they're getting sick, and like Eric Dane, but this one was just like so unexpected and
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yeah, and this was a hard one. Yeah.
Sure.
But folks, please remember, if you want to get spooked, hit the notification bell, the like button, and please feel free to comment on this episode. Tell your friends, tell your family, watch Spooked Coast to Coast. We'll see you guys live next Sunday. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Stay warm, guys. Stay safe.